We brought the flavor queen to the dance party, the onions. Hello, this is Farmer Chris, and I am here to make seasonal shepherd's pie. Snows just came down. We just had the blizzard of the century here in Rentham, Massachusetts, and I'm looking for something comforting. I'm looking for something tasty, and we're gonna get all of these items from the farm stand at White Barn Farm. And we're gonna make a really nice dish that's comforting, that can feed a lot of people, and that we can all get cozy around and enjoy with friends and family. For today's ingredients that we're gonna get from White Barn Farm, we're gonna have Lilac Hedge ground beef, Sparrow Arc Farm russet potatoes, Rhode Island Mushroom Company cremini mushrooms, onion provided by Wardsberry Farm, carrots, celery root, and rutabaga is all gonna go in this wonderful shepherd's pie. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna peel these beautiful russet potatoes. These are grown up in northern Vermont in Guildhall by Burke area, if you guys are skiing fans. And we're going to use russet potatoes because I feel like they mash really well. And they're also going to create a nice whiteness that I like the color. That will be really nice on top of the shepherd's pie. I was curious about shepherd's pie, where did the name come from? I thought maybe this guy Shepherd was like, oh, I created a pie. Well, actually, it kind of derives in the UK, Scotland, England area, and it was used first, my understanding is it was used first with shepherds who raised lamb and sheep, and that was the kind of meat that would go in here. And again, it was kind of things that you could find around, whatever you had. You know, potatoes were very, very inexpensive in bounty in Ireland and in the UK area. So that went in. I think carrots and I think maybe peas were in there, but we're going with a seasonal one. Chris is just riffing, and we're gonna add a little rutabaga, carrot, and celery root. But this is gonna be our topping. So we wanna get this in, boil the water, add some salt to the potatoes, and we'll get that thing cranking as we prep the rest of the meal. Okay, so here we are. We got mushrooms, one of my favorite things to cook. I think it adds a nice little umami, which is sort of that nice salty, kind of textury, sort of fun, meaty. I think my favorite thing to do with my favorite thing about mushrooms is that they could take on a lot of liquid, and they could also take on a lot of flavor. So if we're gonna add some herbs to this, we're gonna add ghee to this, we're gonna add some chicken stock, and they're just gonna soak in all that flavor. And it's gonna be really good. So this is gonna be like a little gravy. I think I'm not gonna make it with any kind of flour, and we're just gonna let them cook. And I actually was thinking the potato water could have enough starch in it that we can use some of the potato liquid to maybe create a little thicker kind of gravy. But sometimes we just go with the pantry staples, and we kind of go with feel, you know? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna layer the shepherd's pie too, which is again kind of anti-Farmer Chris. I usually make jumbo, but we're gonna try to go with a layered. It's gonna be ground beef on the bottom. It's gonna be diced carrots, rutabaga, celery root, and onions in the middle layer. Then there's gonna be a mushroom layer, and then we're gonna top that with the mashed potato layer, and then we're gonna bake that. So that looks to me like that mound. Oh, I love that sound. Definitely my favorite sound when it comes to cooking. Yeah. A little chicken stock. A little bit of fat in our cast iron. We're gonna dice up our onion. One onion's enough. I love onions, my favorite thing. I look forward to is spring onions. We grew them this year in our greenhouse. They're already planted, and they are going to want to start growing as these days get longer. So I'm sure you'll see an update on that. Oh yeah, perfect. We can chop our carrots, okay? And I think I'm gonna do maybe, now we're adding the dance partner, the meat king. And we're just gonna add this ground beef. This comes from Lilac Hedge Farms in Massachusetts, Rutland, Mass. To be specific, they deliver us meat every week. Grass-fed, pasture-raised. It's a really fun way to cook using local products. That's what we try to do at the farm. The symphony is coming together here with the flavors of all kinds. We're gonna wash our hands. We're gonna go on the street coming home. We go salt. I'm a flavor guy. Boom. I'm gonna go with some local garlic powder from Vermont. This is just in my personal kitchen, but I think this will be good, right? We want it to stand out. Put some paprika. Add a little color and brightness to it, and some cinnamon. I find really tasty with ground beef, and especially in this, it's going to give you that little bit of comfortness that you're going to feel like, what is that? What is that? Oh, it's cinnamon. And we're going to add a little cumin. Oh yeah, I can smell that cinnamon. It's going to be good. Thank you. Quick stir. Oh yeah, now you're hearing it, right, folks? Okay, the ground beef is over in that cast iron, gently cooking, and now I'm going to mimic the carrot cut with this celery root. So there's rutabaga. When you don't know what to do with a food item, you pair it with the things you do know what to do with, which is carrots, which is ground beef, which is onions, which is mushrooms, which is chicken stock, and you can just hide things in there. It's like a British term for ground beef, but we still want all those flavors. Right? So this is what we want to cook our carrots, celery root, and rutabaga in. Let's kind of soften these up, and now we're just going to saute these guys. We got our vegetables softened. Now we're going to make our layers. Okay, add the ground beef, mushroom, chicken stock. We're going to add that for some moisture and some flavor with those mushrooms on top. That's going to be real. Butter, salt, pepper, a little garlic powder, and all I had today was oat milk. So, but you can use any kind of milk, cream, half and half, however fatty, healthy, unhealthy you want. It'll be perfect, team. This is gonna be perfect. Thanks for coming on this voyage with me. Potato frosting. And we are gonna bake this in the oven at 350 degrees until golden brown.